Ace on the turn is going to be Max Payne.
no.
And guess who's involved? Our 90K stack.
Let's see, popping it to 225. Ace King off under the gun two. Swirls doesn't like to fold in the small blind. Needs 7 suited.
I'll show you how a dad plays.
I guess I should say doesn't like to fold. Period. Now he's in the small blind with 8-7 suited. He's going to 3-piece 1300 back to OFC, who is just going to call. Head to a flop. Oh boy, 2 clubs for Swirls. This is a nice spot to continue after 3-betting pre. OFC's got the king of clubs, which could be relevant, especially for an $800 bet. You got 2 overs and backdoor clubs. I think oftentimes you'll see a man like OFC calling. A lot of turn cards could make the hand a little spicier. Let's see. Boom. That's one of them. Straight. Okay, excuse me. A flush for Swirls. Straight and flush draws for OFC, which the flush draw being very live. So Swirls probably needs to keep betting. He does elect to do so. 1,500 probably gives OFC the price. I don't know. Math isn't my strong suit. But
it's not really a good price to call here. 1,500 to win 675. Well, it's really close. He needs 20. He needs over 20%. If he, well, I guess that's actually if he thinks that his
pair outs.
His pair outs are live. So if he thinks his pair outs are live, he has a call here, but it actually is pretty close. Seeing what we see, obviously the hands, it's a pretty tough call to make. Yeah. So it's a really good bet from Swirls. And he's going to get paid.
Oh, baby. So we've got a serious pot developing. River could be disaster, and it is. Oh, no. OFC. River's perfect.
So when I
the king high flush, and Swirls does not like this. And now you're in a spot where the pot is so bloated, and you now just have an 8 high flush. 8 high flush was money on turn, but 4 clubs out there now.
What a pure river. And great check from Swirls.
Now, granted, your opponent, you know, the queen and jack of clubs are already out there. So there's not a ton of hands that your opponent could have that crush you, but any 10 of clubs, any 9 of clubs, any ace or king of clubs, obviously. And so OFC given the green light to start betting. I mean, you almost, you know, I guess, I don't know what to do.
This is a pile of money. It's over 4,000. In fact, it's 5,000. Just 5,000.
And I think OFC probably feels pretty good about not getting snapped. OFC probably is assuming that Swirls has something like 10-9 suited now. That Swirls has said, I had my flush on the turn. It's hard to fold in this spot. We know that it would be saving 5,000, and you can buy the same amount of stuff with 5,000 that you save as you can 5,000 that you earn. And he does call $17,000 pot. Ace king with the king of clubs just got worse on the river.
Good hand, man. Good hand.
What are you gonna do? You know.
Nice.
And it looks like Mirage has got a hand, 2/3 of a jackpot. Pocket sevens.
Get him, guys.
Looks like he's gonna get some
3 for the price
action
of
as
1.
JD open with ace-6, and it gets to go 4 weight.
I like y'all's side. I like y'all's side.
Oh,
you got
6 is full for JD. Wow. Ace 6-6, and JD's literally got ace 6 in the hole, and he's gonna just start betting. 300.
Well, he doesn't want this one to go by on the cheaps, and Harold's
got
the 6.
Yeah, like I completely glazed over that. Harold has the case 6. This could get very expensive for Harold.
It needs to go runner for him. Runner 9s. That's all that can happen for him.
Wow.
No
10
dice.
of hearts. Jeez.
Mirage still has 2 live outs. 7s over 6s bigger than 6s over aces. Otherwise, JD with a hammerlock.
2,000 in the pot, and you got to really build it here, baby. 1,200. Mirage probably funds a fold with a player behind, but Harold has got to think he's in a great spot.
I mean, the hearts come in, saving grace for him.
One to go.
Save him some money, and now he's
this
got bottom
sucks
boat.
for Harold. Bottom boat, you're right. 6 is full. JD now with, wait.
JD has 6s over 8s.
6 is over aces. Right, I'm just, yeah.
Harold
6 is over
thinks
10.
that he's chopping with all 6s, but JD's got the case 6 that he doesn't chop with.
Harold might lead on this board thinking that JD could have all the top aces, which would pay a sizable bet. But he is going to have some, JD's going to have some bad news for Harold. Oh, and this is a saucy look, like $3,800 bet. How much?
He thinks that he's
34.
free rolling this bet, right? Like there's no chance that JD has a 10 here.
And he's communicated that he's probably in for the whole hand, leaving himself 5,600 behind. So JD can confidently go all in and be like, well, I'll take all of it, please. It's hard for his opponent to have a 6. The case 6.
All in.
He says
He goes
all
all
in.
in.
And this is a puke situation for Harold. I don't know how you find a fold. But also Harold knows that JD knows that Harold only has 5, quote, only, still a ton of money, 5,000 behind relative to the pot size.
As can Harold dance around all the possible moves of JD?
And I wonder if Harold's considering the knowledge that he had shown some pretty blatant bluffs. Calls!
He does make the call. It's no good. JD with 6s over aces. Got him pipped, and that is going to be a huge pot. $22,000 going his way, and that is sick. Seeing a 3-piece from DC, the ace-queen off. Makes it a full 1,000. I don't know if this is big enough. I think it might work given the hands we see. But 1,000 is a very small sizing, facing all this dead money in there. And now here we go, 4 ways to the flop. Ace queen still not so bad, but Niraj ahead.
Sizable pot brewing, 4,200 in the middle there.
It does come king high, and deuces flop bottom set again.
Bottom set for Swirls.
It was a boat last time. Now we've downgraded to a set this time.
And Swirls loves this, being on the button with a couple of aggressive dudes in front of him.
I mean, I feel like you just jinxed me a little bit, but that's okay.
Daniel, DC, basically drawing close to dead here.
It's too stressful.
Betting 1,500 bucks. And Raj, 2 7s. Probably doesn't hate it, but he gets out of the way. Still got to worry about Swirls, and rightfully so. Staring at bottom set, makes the call. Gonna let him keep barreling.
He's like a saver investor.
Ace on the turn is going to be Max Payne.
no.
And guess who's involved? Our 90K stack.
Golly, Swirls with 22,000 effective. Could be on his way to making a sizable portion. I mean, DC feels like he got lucky on the turn, hitting his ace.
Wow, what a turn card here. This could spell disaster. Oh, but he checks it like a boss.
Interesting. Checks after hitting his money card.
He goes from barrel, barrel, barrel to basically bet, check, call, check,
I
call.
think Swirls should bet something here,
Extrapolate that out.
Yeah.
You know, like you're making
but he checks back.
no.
Wow.
7 of diamonds on the end.
A check on the turn back from Swirls is crazy. I think that's like 4,000 of like lost value there.
Yeah, I don't know. You want to set yourself up to get all in on river, and now we're in kind of a weird spot where it's 7,200 in the middle. DC, the check back on the turn does make it less likely that Swirls has a set, and so DC, another 3,700 out there. And I imagine Swirls puts a raise in. He's got to put a raise in.
Yeah, not a single straight or flush out there.
The action has been relatively tame. I wonder if Swirls just rips it. What did he say? I think he said 10.
Did he?
21,000. This is a sicko spot for DC because he's under-repped his hand a little. Well, depending on how you look at it. On the turn,
absolutely
under-repped it. And so this is playing into his This is a great bet by Swirls. And you know, it's a cooler spot for DC.
Not all in. Not all in. 6,000 to win a pot of 27,000. You're staring at top pair, basically top kicker here.
I hate to make a $10,000 call, and he does call.
Oh, he makes the call. It's a $27,000 pot going to the set of deuces. How sick is that? Wow.
$27,000 pot plus 14K to Swirls stack.